Hey everybody, how you doing? This your boy Stone Thug, comedian, music artist, and I'm a parent as well. I'm showing you a little clip of a animated series that's produced that's called The Black Archeologist. I know I tore that word up, but you know what I'm saying. Archeologist. Oh man, I have trouble with that. Anyway, this series is a animated series. Some of you may know about it, some of you may not. With a black archaeologist, what he does is he travels through time and he talks about various places, people, events throughout history. And I'm not just making this little presentation about this for no particular reason, even though I do. I am a spokesperson for various companies. I do motivational speaking and that sort of thing. But this is a free presentation. I'm not paying or being paid for to present what I'm about to present here. This is something that I'm actually paying myself. I just recently got off the internet just yesterday. The other day and paid, I think it was $20 or whatever, $25 for the series, the complete series, Black Archaeologist. And I didn't just want to talk about it because I'm involved with it, or anyway, I'm not involved in any way, form, or fashion. I'm simply a parent, but not only is it great for kids, but this particular animated series is great for adults and teenagers as well. And yeah, I liked it, so I put my money where my mouth is. You know, people can say what they want about white folks. One of the things I love about them, good or bad, is that they put their money where their mouth is. You know, white folks are notoriously famous for paying for what they want, and they get what they can get for free too. I mean, you know, that's what they do. Everybody's trying to take advantage of the system or get the benefits from the system when they can get it. And white folks are notoriously good at getting the butter from the duck. Black folks are not so motivated, except in a few areas here and there. You know, by the time we discovered we can get some food stamp money, they wanted to turn it around. But that's a whole nother video. Anyway, the point is, this particular series is called Black Archaeologist, and I just bought it. And like I said before, one of the things I love about white folks is that they put their money where their mouth is. They pay for things that they're interested in. I mean, if it's guns, they're going to get 20 of them. If it's, you know, Laker tickets, you know, they're going to all the games. They do that. Black folks, well, we're not so great about that kind of thing. You know, we'll pay a lot of money for some gym shoes. We'll pay for some soul food. We'll get our hair done, nails done, and, you know, things of that nature. But when it comes to the fellow man money, if we ain't paying for something to eat, then we're a little shaky about that kind of thing, or some shoes. So we have to come up with that. So I've always tried to raise my kids to respect the dollar and understand that money is really not for you. It's not for you. It really, money is to be shared. It's a tool to be used. I paid my children $400 to read the Bible, and I paid them another $400 or $300 to read Roots, the book. They were already interested in reading or whatever. So since they were interested in reading, this would make them even more interested in reading. So what I would do is give them $400. I told them, look, you read the Bible cover to cover, I'll give you $400. So they would earn little allowance money doing reading projects. So of course they would read so much, and we would discuss it and make sure they were reading and make sure they were understanding. What they didn't understand, we would talk about. And we would do that, you know, every other day or whatever. They would read every day. And then the Book of Roots, which is a fantastic read. Shakespeare. Shakespeare and the various books of Shakespeare. You could pay them $400, $1,000 to read that. Now, when I throw those numbers around, $400, $300, $1,000, it sounds like a lot of money. And to a lot of you, it is. And it's a lot of money to most people. But I wasn't paying that money for them to read it in a day or a week. Those books took months to read. Even with the incentive of money, it takes months, if not years, to read. So my son read the Bible. I think it took him a couple of years. But, he started when he was about 5 or 6. So then the Book of Roots took about a year, and because they started very young. But that's how I taught my kids, and it builds their vocabulary. It helps them. I invest in their education. Because you might say, well, I don't have that money. Well, you do actually. You do have that money. We get what we want. We might not be able to buy a Mercedes. We might not be able to live, in a penthouse. But we have money for what we want. And even the lowest of us, status-wise, financial-wise, can do some of the things we want. And one of the things I wanted to do was make sure my kids had a good home education. See, we rely on education from school, but really when you think about it, you're thinking about it wrong. You think school is 8 hours. Well, they got 8 hours at school, so naturally they're learning everything they need to learn in 8 hours, but that's not true. Only half that time is really school time. Half of it is recreation. So that's 4 hours of recreation if you include, gym classes and breaks for lunch and all this kind of stuff. So that's only 4 hours. And then only out of the 4 hours, they're actually focused, where they're not having discussions and other things. Only might be 2 hours. And out of that, the kids that concentrate are concentrating 2 hours. The rest of them are daydreaming for a while. So if you got a lot of little daydreaming in there, you're really only getting an hour, maybe 2 hours of school. So that 8 hours is reduced down to about 2 hours. So they spend much more time at home than they do at school. So I think it's important to invest in some stuff at home. So I bought videos and DVDs and downloads that would help my kids. I thought reading the Bible was a great investment because what people don't understand, religious or non-religious, is that the Bible is considered a book of poems and mysteries. It's also a book regarding Roman history, Greek history. It's a book that talks about all kinds of things. It has poetry. There's stories. There's all kinds of, there's mystery. There's law. A lot of the laws that we use on the law books originated in the Bible and various books. So it's a great source of information for morality. You don't need the Bible to be moral per se. A lot of people have never read the Bible. A lot of people have never known about God, and they're good people, good-hearted people. But it does give you a guide to help you to become morally conscious, and it helps you in areas where you have misunderstandings and things of that nature. So the Bible I thought was good, and of course the Book of Roots is a historical book, Black history, American history. So that was a great book. And of course Shakespeare, just those 3 books alone, your child can get a complete education outside of mathematics. The Book of Shakespeare's vocabulary, various, stories as well. A lot of the stories that, in quotes, mentioned in Shakespeare actually come from the Bible. So between those 3 books and an investment of about $1,500, and you might say, well, $1,500, man, that's a lot of money. Well, $1,500 is probably what it cost total with 2 or 3 kids, and you break that down in probably 5 years. It's really not very much money at all. It's about what an average allowance would be. But the kids appreciate the money, and then they appreciate their education. Anyway, it's Black Archeologist, and I want you to check this out. It's a little bit Black Archeologist, and I highly recommend it. So I paid my money. I bought it.
Journey with Black explorer Matthew Henson as he discovers the top of the world, the North Pole, in 1909. Observe, Black sculptors create one of the world's oldest statues, the Great Sphinx of Egypt, in 2500 BC.
Yeah. Put your money where your mouth is.
My fellow Greeks, I, Herodotus, the father of history, have just returned from my journey to Egypt, or as they call it, Kemet, which means the land of the blacks. You can read all about them in my new book entitled Histories I'm Black Archeologist.
Yeah, so I think it was one of the best made little animations, and it's entertaining, it's informative, and it's supporting black businesses, and not just with your mouth, but with your dollars, because really, that's what makes the difference. If you put your money where your mouth is, that's going to make the difference. If you're just talking, you're just talking. Hype is hype, talk is cheap. The cheapest commodity there is are words. So if you're going to put your money up, you're going to get more bang for your buck. All right? So God bless you, folks. Sorry I talked so long, but hey, it's a great series. I just bought it. I don't work for them. I don't do anything for them. I put my money where my mouth is, and I strongly suggest you do the same. And that's your word for the day.